NBA has just announced a brand new All-Star Game format, and Kevin Durant isn't holding back. He has unleashed a verbal flamethrower on the new format, calling it terrible, almost like he hates it with a passion usually reserved for debates over pineapple on pizza.
I hate it. Absolutely hate it. It's terrible. All-Star Game, formats changing, all the formats, terrible in my opinion. And we should just go back to East-West, just play a game.
Durant, never one to mince words, is calling for a return to the East versus West matchup, the tried and true OG format, All-Star basketball.
Just play a game. I think we've been trying to, bring that flair back somehow with the All-Star weekend, but I think we just keep it traditional. But we'll see how this one works. You never know. I might be wrong. I'm just another guy with an opinion.
And honestly, Durant isn't alone. In fact, many people are speaking out, saying that the new structure is about as convoluted as Christopher Nolan's latest blockbuster.
I don't really like it, but we'll see how it goes this year and see if they change that or not. Anything go back to like East-West?
That was Anthony Davis, another veteran NBA player who doesn't seem to be a fan of the new format. Now, let's break this madness down and understand this format. The All-Star Game will now feature 4 teams and 3 games. 2 semi-final matchups lead to a final showdown between the winners. Oh, and here's the kicker, the games are capped at 40 points. Yes, you read that right, 40 points. It's less of a basketball game and more of a race to see who can knock down a few threes the fastest.
New NBA All-Star Game format, it has been confirmed. So there will be 3 teams of All-Stars with 8 players each and the Rising Stars winners. Okay, you got all that? There will be 2 semifinal games up to 40 points and then a championship game with each player on the winning team getting $125,000.
And the cherry on top? Teams will be named after TNT analysts Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith, and Candace Parker. It's like the league threw a bunch of ideas into a blender and hit chaotic smoothie. You see, the NBA has been floundering with the All-Star Game for years, desperately trying to recapture the magic of the olden days, and this new format seems to be the latest addition to these experiments.
They made these changes because the NBA has essentially given up on the ability to have a competitive All-Star Game, and so they're going to try to have an entertaining night. I mean, it's basically what he said, that last year he made it very loud and clear that he thought there was going to be more competition in the game and that he was wrong. The game did not have that, and so they've worked with the Players Association to try to come up with some sort of format that they think will create a fun atmosphere.
This year in 2024, they went back to the East-West format, thinking it would reignite fan interest. Spoiler alert, it didn't. The game was a snooze fest, with players treating it like an open gym scrimmage. No defense, no intensity, just a parade of half-hearted dunks and logo threes. It was basketball junk food. Entertaining for a moment, but ultimately unsatisfying. And these new changes feel like a band-aid on a broken leg. Why, you ask? Well, the real problem, as many fans and analysts point out, isn't the format. It's the players. The All-Star Game used to be a battle of pride, where the league's best went toe-to-toe in a high-stakes exhibition. Now, it's more like a vacation day with a basketball court nearby.
Making them work.
Game dollar.
Uh-oh. What?
That was multiple flat tires. 32 seconds left. Antetokounmpo ahead of the pack.
I don't know. I think there might be something to that. What do you think, Perk?
Well, I mean, he should blame themselves, his peers. It's a reason that everything is switching up. It's a reason that they're going with different formats. It's because guys have started to take the NBA All-Star Game for granted and wasn't competing. It's not about getting the flap back. It's about guys not being an All-Star and competing in the All-Star Game for granted. That's what it was all about. So
that's correct. NBA All-Stars games have been a lackluster affair lately, and this has been forcing NBA's top brass to introduce extreme measures. But this time around, the NBA commissioner's plans have backfired. Kevin Durant's disdain for the new format isn't just about nostalgia, it's about preserving the integrity of the game. He wants tradition, a format that highlights the league's best talent in a competitive environment. Instead, he's being handed a gimmick that feels more like a reality TV show than an all-star classic.
Well, Adam Silver now has announced the death of the NBA All-Star Game, guys. Yeah, this is not good. What he is replacing this with is something that we actually heard about, a tournament. Basically, pick up basketball, guys. Pick up basketball. And it's actually going to feature a team that doesn't have any All-Stars. So what is the point of actually having an All-Star weekend when you're actually going to allow non-All-Stars to actually participate with the All-Stars. Doesn't make any sense, guys. Doesn't make any sense. Now,
Durant's comments have sparked a greater concern about what the All-Star Games should be. Is it an entertaining competition or just a showcase of practice without any fun? KD seems to be advocating for the former, and he's not alone. Plenty of fans and experts are echoing his sentiments, calling for a return to a game that actually provides some entertainment.
Essay, do you like the new All-Star Game changes?
I hate it. It's a complete waste of time. I abhor it. I think it's an insult and it's a disgrace to pioneers who have helped elevate the NBA product to what it is. I think it's a blemish on NBA players. I personally have no interest in even being there.
Basketball analysts such as Stephen A. Smith have even said that the new format is a blemish and a blatant disrespect to the NBA legends.
It's deeper than that, Stephen A. Players know that the league does all of this for their corporate partners. They're paid heavily for this weekend, and the players can't even get decent seats for their families. They feel like this is some bullshit. They're like, we have to show up for this stuff, but we don't have to play. Okay? That's what he said.
Fans aren't holding back either. Social media is ablaze with criticism, roasting the NBA for what many see as a desperate attempt to inject life into a dying event. One fan commented, "If Kobe had witnessed his name being used for the All-Star Game MVP trophy with this kind of blasphemy, he would curse the F out." Another quipped, "The players don't care anymore. What's the point?" So, the consensus? People miss the days when the All-Star Game felt like a celebration of the league's best, not a chaotic experiment. Here's the hard truth. The All-Star Game isn't what it used to be because the players don't treat it seriously. Gone are the days of Larry Bird trash-talking Magic Johnson or Kobe Bryant locking down his peers just to prove a point. Today's stars seem more interested in avoiding injury than putting on a show. This lack of competitiveness has left fans disillusioned. The All-Star Game used to be a must-watch event, a rare chance to see the league's elite go head-to-head. The NBA also needs to hold its players accountable. The All-Star Game is a privilege, not a chore. If players aren't willing to give their all, maybe they shouldn't be selected in the first place. Kevin Durant's takedown of the new All-Star format is more than just a critique. It's a red flag. The NBA needs to stop chasing gimmicks and focus on what made the All-Star Game great in the first place: elite competition, genuine rivalries, and a sense of pride. Until then, fans will keep tuning out, and players like KD will keep calling out the league's missteps. Here's hoping the NBA listens, because if the All-Star Game continues down this path, it won't just be a joke, it'll be a tragedy. And as KD would probably say, that's just terrible. That's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates from the world of basketball.